All right. Cool, 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 cool. Let's get to it. So I try to give it a couple of minutes when I go live to let some people join in. This is the pre-market prep for trading stock options. All right. So basically, what I do is I go live and discuss the pre-market prep, which is to prepare for the opening session today. All right, to trade stock options. All right, so what I do is the format is very, very simple. I go over or do a quick trade recap for what I did yesterday in the stock market, trading stock options. And then I talk about any news that could potentially impact today's trading session. There's two types of news that I look at. There's scheduled news that drops that could potentially impact negatively or positively impact the market. And then there's just your standard news that could drop at any moment. And TradingView will, which is the view that the application that you're looking at now, TradingView does provide both the news that, well, actually, you can really rely on the news that drops randomly, and you can look at specific news to a specific ticker or stock. All right. And Forex Factory, which is this website here, will show you the scheduled news that could potentially impact the market coming into today. And there's two types of scheduled news that could definitely impact the markets either negatively or positively, and that's red and orange folder news. All right. After that, then I'll talk about my strategy coming into the market today. All right. So first, let's do a quick trade recap. Yesterday, I did really nicely. So if you can see here, let me adjust this for those of you on TikTok. So you can see so far coming into the week. Let me zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see this. So far this week, $954 and change. Last week, 2,200, and the week before, the first week of July, $12.60. So you can see this month so far, I'm already up $3,000. All right. For the month or overall total, you can see here I'm up over $7,000. All right. So from this includes July and June. Okay. Because this is when I started to really nail down the strategy and it began to just take off. As you can see from the dashboard here, you can see my equity curve. And once I got it, I just started to take off, right? So 184, and then it just started to grow. All right. So that's what I did yesterday. I want you guys to check out the percentage for the return rate percentage. Let me zoom in just a little bit. So 9%, 11%, 4%, 20, almost 25%. This is what you really want to pay attention to when you're investing in the market, whether you're doing futures, stock options, or forex. You want to definitely pay close attention to your return rate, and you can actually find a free journal that gives you that information very easily. So it'll track that information. All you have to do is just plug in the data. Now, based on the strategy that I use, it's a simple retest, breakout and retest strategy. Anybody could use it. Anyone can learn it. It's very simple. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. Okay. So if you want to begin trading stock options, you could do this in your spare time, on your breaks, lunches, either way. And you don't have to sit in front of a computer all day. All right. You can do the longer term trades, which is called swings or leaps. And all they are is simple, right? It's just you're just buying a weekly contract. So you might buy it Monday and then you might exit it Thursday or Friday once the stock begins to either work in your favor or begin to work against you. So that's a quick recap. If you guys have any questions or additional questions about that, just feel free to leave your questions in the comment sections or DM me. Okay. And I'll definitely get back to you. I will not leave you hanging. I promise. All right. So next we're going to talk about what Tesla's doing right now. So let me pull up the Tesla chart and let me close this and let me pull this over for you guys on TikTok. Okay, cool. So right now we were at in the pre-market, we were at 0.20%. Um, coming into today, we closed yesterday at 321 and change. So we were up about $3 and, or excuse me, 3.5%. Currently, we're sitting at 323 and change. Okay. So let's take a look at any news that could potentially impact the market coming until today. I have Forex Factory. The view that for those of you who are interested, this is Trading View. You can you can look at any news specific to a stock that you're interested in. It's really easy. Once you open up the chart, I'll demonstrate this real quick. So say, for example, I was interested in trading Google. There's a link here down below. And all you do is click it and it'll open up a new tab. And once it opens up a new tab, as you can see here, there are specific tabs below on that page, and you can see here news. You click on news, and then you'll get news specific to Google. So only news that impacts Google. Okay. So this is what I do for Tesla. So I'm just going to close this out. Just wanted to demonstrate that just a little bit. All right. So I'm going to check out news that specifically impacts Tesla. And first, well, I don't. I'm sorry, I got a little lost off track. Let me go to red and orange folder news first. So that was Trading View, and this is Forex Factory. Okay, forexfactory.com. This is where you can go if you're interested in trading stock options. Then you definitely want to check out any red and orange folder news. This is the news that could potentially impact the market coming into today. So if you're in a trade, you really don't want to be in a trade when the news drop. Um, what you want to do is be out of the trade before the news drops because it could negatively impact you. Like there could be a sharp move that could impact the market. So you don't want to be in when this type of news drops. You want to be out, wait till the news drop, and then you get back in based on whatever direction you see the stock trending in. All right. So we did have orange folder news today at 1 a.m. So we'll take a look and see how that potentially impacted the market. There is more red folder news coming in about 25 minutes. So we have core retail sales. Let me zoom in for those of you on TikTok. So 7:30, we have some more news, red folder news coming in at 7:30. Core retail sales and unemployment claims. And then there's some orange folder news here, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Okay. So these can potentially impact the market negatively or positively. Okay. Lastly, we have orange folder news coming in at 5:30. So I'll be out the market by that time because the market closes at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. Those of you who are interested in this recap, just feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section, just letting me know that you want this replay, or you can DM me and I'll send you this replay. Just a reminder, I will be going live with my mentor on Friday at when the market opens at 8:30 a.m., 9:30 Eastern. Okay, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. All right, I'll be going live with him. Let me show you what the if you think my results are impressive, like I said, I'm doing currently trading with my mentor for the past 3 months. I've earned a net of $7,000 so far. Okay, I'm doing really well. And not only that, just as an FYI, guys, I paid $3,500 to join my mentor's community. This man is awesome. Now I'm 46 large and he's only 24 and he's a multimillionaire. And that's crazy. Let me show you some of the results um, that he has. Let me pull up let me pull this up for you guys really quick. And let me pull this up here. Okay, let me adjust this for those of you on TikTok. All right, take a look at these results. Okay, this was yesterday. So my this is my mentor, and this is his number two. All right, they're both on the Zoom meet. So like I said, I'll go live with him on Fridays. I would do it every day, but I feel like it might be a distraction to my trading psychology. So I don't want to impact that. So I'll do it Friday. I'll start with Fridays. I did it last Friday, and a lot of people did join. Um, And so I'll do it again this Friday and every Friday thereafter. And I'll try to add more days. But look at these results, man. This man has already made what, almost over 50,000 just this week. He did over 50. I think he did close to 75,000 last week. And I mean, he did between May and June, he did over 350,000. Like I said, he's only 24. He teaches the strategy very, very simply, man. And I haven't ran across anybody like him. For him to be 24 and that mature and that, like, he spent the last 7 to 8 years learning how to do this. So it does make sense. He did put in the time. But look at these results. So 10,000 yesterday, 8,000 the day before, 6,000 the day before that, July 14th, 20,000 July 11th. He did have a losing a red day on July 9th, 22,000 July 8th, 2,000 July 3rd, 8,700 July 2nd, and then July 1st, almost 6,000. So this man is killing it, man. He is definitely doing his thing. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at any news that could potentially. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Every live video, if you guys are interested for the replay, just leave a comment in the comment sections telling me that you're interested in the replay. Let me know you're interested. Be specific. Hey, I'm interested in the live, in the pre-market replay, or I'm interested in the market, the live market replay. All right, and then I'll send that over to you guys. Um, all right, so let's take a look at any news that could potentially impact the market today. So what I look for is just any headliners. I just skim through the headliners and see if there's something. I've been watching the news and staying abreast on what's going on. So all I have to do is just typically skim through the headliners and see if there's something that's going to negatively or positively impact Tesla today. If there's something that I feel like will impact Tesla, then I'll keep an eye out on it. Sometimes Tesla won't move, so I do have my secondary options lined up, and that's available. And for those of you who are interested, really quick, I'll do this for you. If you're interested in learning what stocks, if you're like, hey, Ace, just tell me what type of stocks that I could look for, that I could trade, because not every stock moves. You need momentum, you need volatility, for the stock to move, and you need volume. So those are the three critical elements that you need in order to really make money in stock options. Now, there's many that meet that criteria, and there are also many that do not. All right. So if you're interested in learning which stocks to look for, I have a list here, but let me show you the really easy way to do this. So I'm pulling up SPY right now, and I'm going to click on SPY to open that new tab like I showed you guys. And then you can come over to this tab called Holdings, and then you can look at the stocks here. All right. So there's a whole list of stocks, some that you should be familiar with already. There's many, many, many in this ETF. Okay. So for example, you have, I'll zoom in for those of you on TikTok. You got Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, Google, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway. Um, we already said Google. What is that? Oh, so they got two, Class A and Class C. JP Morgan, Eli Lilly, Netflix. I almost was scared of Netflix the way it moves, but Exxon Mobil, Walmart, Oracle, so Johnson and Johnson. So they're just to name a few. Home Depot, just to name a few. So if you're interested in trading stocks, you can just pull up SPY, click on Holdings as I did, and then check out any of those stocks and begin to practice. Now, I wouldn't try to focus on learning like multiple stocks all at once. Just pick one. Just pick one, stick with it, learn it. My primary is Tesla. So I stick with it. That's what I've been learning for the past 7 months before I started trading it 3 months ago. Okay. Because what you want to do is learn its behavior. And every stock has a behavior. Basically, you're just going to see, you're going to observe the patterns. And that's it. It's very simple. So once you learn how to read the chart, and reading the chart is not difficult. You can see visually when the charts go or when the stock goes up and goes down, and you're just waiting for the setup. And basically, the setup is very simple. It's when the chart matches the strategy setup that, for example, the breakout and retest. Once it matches that setup, then you enter the position, and then you exit based on your target goals, or you exit based on your stop loss limit. So it's very, very, very simple. If you guys are interested in seeing the breakout and retest strategy live and in action, be sure to check out the live on Friday at 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, I will be going live with my mentor. And remember, people, I paid $3,500 to join his Discord community. This man is a phenomenal trader. Um, 24 years of age. I'm 46 large. I do not mind learning from young people. Okay, those who know and who've mastered the art of some, some game. All right. Yeah, he's phenomenal. As I showed you, look at these results. Just a quick recap. Uh, 10,000 yesterday, 8,000 day before yesterday on the 15th. 6,000 July 14th, 20,000 on the 11th. He had a red day, one red day on July 9th, and then 22,000 July 8th, 2,200 July 3rd, 8,700 July 2nd, 5,900 July 1st. This young man he's killing the game. All right. So this is my mentor. These are the results as I showed you: 59, 87, 22, 22,000. One red day, July 9th, 20,000 July 11th, 6,200 July 14th, 8,000 July 15th, and 10,000 just yesterday. So if you're interested in learning, feel free to join that live for free. I paid 3,500. I'm extending this offer to you guys for free because I want to take you behind the veil of day trading. Excuse me. So you can see the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the wins, the losses, everything. All right, 1000% transparent. All right, so with that said, let me skim over the red folder news and take a look and see if there's any news that could potentially impact the market coming into today. So Tesla stock edges up. What investors need to hear from Musk? Social buzz, da da da. Investor interested to take stand to defend his role in Facebook privacy case. I'm not sure what that has to do with Tesla. Sona BLW in talks to set up EV component unit in China, supply parts, BYD. All right, so we'll keep an eye out on this. This dropped 5 hours ago. Elon Musk, third party, will have a tough time blowing up the status quo if history is any guide. Tesla readies new Model Y. I already know about that. All right, so basically, I'll read the news all the way up until I get to this point, like 13 hours, 17 hours, because I'm already familiar with um, this other news. Because, like I said, I just periodically check in and see what news is dropped. Um, Tesla is worth 1 trillion again. Yeah, Tesla. Like I said, the Tesla is worth $1 trillion because of what Elon is doing, not on the political side, but on the business side. This man is a god darn genius. All right. So what he's doing is he's transitioning Tesla over to become a tech company. And for those of you who don't know, if I go back to this, go back to Tesla, open this up really quick. If you go to not this, sorry, overview. If I scroll to where's it at? Is it financials? I think it's financials. Yeah. All right. So here, as you guys can see, oh, for some reason you can't see that, can you? All right. So here you can see the majority of like 89% of Tesla's business is automotive, right? And then 10% is energy. So they're doing a lot of activity over in China, setting up this big battery plant over in China. And the next arm that they're adding, that Elon is adding to Tesla, is AI. Okay, so don't think about the robo taxi aspect as just this service, standalone service or whatever. No, the what this is, and it is a application of AI, okay? Because they're using AI to drive or deliver this service, right? And to power this service. So they're going to accumulate a lot of data with this particular service, right? This is the application of AI. So many of you might see robo-taxi and think, oh, okay, this is Tesla, right? You know what I mean? So that is true. But what Tesla is doing is adding the another arm to their business, which is the AI business. Okay. So they're going to transition Tesla over to a tech company. All right. That will be powered mostly by AI. So they'll have a data arm and a AI arm, as well as the current arms of energy and automotive. Okay. So with that said, I don't see any other news that could impact the stock today. Like I said, we do have red and orange folder news dropping at 7:30, so in 10 more minutes. So let's go ahead and get into my strategy today. All right. Yesterday, I did talk about, provided a brief demonstration for the breakout and retest strategy. For those of you who are interested, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section, letting me know that you want that replay. If you want to see the breakout, a demonstration of the breakout and retest, because this is very simple, people, very, very simple. All right. If you're interested in that, just let me know, send me a comment or drop me a DM and I'll send that over to you. All right. Coming until today, this is what I wanted to share. Since I have this view up, I want to share with you guys, if those of you who may be interested in day trading, um, just stay tuned, right? But for those of you who say, listen, I have a job, I have a 9 to 5, I'm too busy, I don't have the time to sit in front of the screen, even for an hour to trade stock options during the day. I have a job, I have a 9 to 5, I got kids, I got too many things to do. But I can enter a trade if I could sit in that trade for a longer period, say 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Okay. So you do have that option. And here's what you're looking for. This is very simple. So reading the chart is not complicated for this particular trading strategy, right? It is not complicated. Many of you can already see this chart. Right? Visually, you can see when the chart is going up, when the stock is going up in price, and when it's going down in price. You can see this. Okay. You can see when it goes down. You can see when it goes up, and down. So this is very easy. This is reading the chart. All right. You can see this. It doesn't take rocket science. So for those of you who are interested in entering longer term trades, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for when the stock, and I already showed you the particular stocks that you could trade. All right. I gave you how to look for those stocks of interest. All right. So this is Tesla, for example. So if you want to know when to enter a trade for the longer term trades, what you're looking for is this dip. This is for any stock. You can do this for any stock that moves. All right. And I showed you how to find those stocks. Just go to SPY and check out SPY's holdings and look at those stocks. Okay. You could pick either one. They got semiconductors, they got tech companies, and so forth. All right. So you wait for the dip to occur and then you buy the dip. A you wait for sellers or buyers to continue stepping in. In this case, on the dip, we want buyers to step in. So you may not be able to see this, but these are some aggressive bullish candles. This shows that buyers are stepping in. When that happens, that's when you enter the trade. So you don't enter it down here. You wait to see that buyers are stepping in. This is when you enter the trade. This is for your longer term positions. All right. And then you ride that that trend all the way up. Okay. It may pull back, but it's going to continue at some point because that's what the market wants to do anyway. If the market drops below your entry, then you can exit. You can exit. You can set up an alert. This is easy, people. You don't have to watch the screen. You can set up an alert. A email will come to your email. Okay. It will send you an email and say, hey, we're getting close to your entry zone, right? You can set this alert up. It's very, very easy. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. So you can even set up an alert to see when buyers are stepping in. Okay. You can do that as well. You can also set up an alert if the trade begins to work against you. Let's say you start with $100 and you don't want to lose no more than 5 or 10%. You can enter that in as well. So This is easy, people. This is not rocket science. Don't let people deceive you out there and tell you trading stock options or investing in stock options is too complicated. It's not. It's not. Anybody can learn this. This is no difficult than it was for you to learn when you started your new job, right? It really isn't. It really isn't. And so when you buy the dip, you buy when you see that buyers are stepping in. Once the drop occurs, buyers step in. That's when you enter. Then you ride the stock up. If you capture this momentum, you're making a lot of money. Okay. Even with $100 investment, that $100 investment could turn into $300 or to $1,000, depending on how high the stock climbs. Okay. So here's another example of when the stock dropped. Okay. After this upward momentum, the stock dropped again. Obviously, there was some news. This is Tesla. There was some news between Elon going back and forth with Trump and so forth again. And so, or just robo taxi news or just news in general. Okay. That could have caused this drop. But once it drops, that's fine. You don't care. Once it reaches a bottom, then you look to buy the dip. Okay, this is the dip. All right. Well, how do you know when to jump into the trade, when to enter a position? Again, rinse and repeat. Same thing when buyers step in. As you can see, if I zoom in here for those of you on TikTok, you can see buyers stepped in here very aggressively. That's what this long bullish candle represents. So you can see the difference between this candle and these candles here. So when you buy the dip, you see buyers are stepping in aggressively, not allowing this stock to drop below this bottom. When you see this happen, this is when you re-enter. So you would have took profit at some point along this trend, right? You would have took profit along this trend, maybe near the top, exited the trade, wait for a dip again, wait for the dip again to occur. And then once this dip happened, you rinse and repeat, wait to see buyers step in, you enter your position and you ride the trend up again. So you could either take profit if there's a significant upward momentum, you could take profit at the top, the very next day, or you could stay in until it begins to drop to a certain percentage. And you can enter that in systematically as well. That's not difficult at all, people. It's not. This is not rocket science. So you can see this is very easy to read. So coming into today, I'm going to go ahead and get into my talk about my strategy before I end this live. And if you have any questions, just a quick recap, a reminder. If you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the comment sections, or you can DM me. I will get to your questions. I will not leave you hanging, I promise. Also, just a reminder, those of you who are interested, I will be going live on Friday during the market. This is the live pre-market prep, and I will be going live on Friday with my mentor, okay, at 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So you can see the simplicity of this strategy in action. Okay, this man is 24 years of age, multimillionaire. He's really mastered the art of day trading stock options. It's been really phenomenal trading with this guy. As you can see, my results, I'm already up over $7,000 trading with him live. And you can see his results as I demonstrated before. Just yesterday, he made over $10,000. Day before yesterday, he made $8,000. Day before that, 6,200. This is July, people. This is July. 20,000 on the 11th, one red day on the 9th, 22,000 on the 8th, 2,200 on the 3rd, 8,700 on the 2nd, and almost 6,000 on the 1st of July. So if you're interested, I will be going live with him on Fridays, 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay. So let me go ahead and get into my strategy. Coming into today, taking a look at Tesla. I already talked about the breakout and retest strategy in my previous videos. So if you want that video, if you want that replay, leave a comment in the comment section or DM me and I will share that video with you. Okay. So what I would be looking for coming into today, let me adjust this just a little bit. coming until today, since Tesla is trending up, I have some pricing zones marked out here. I have the what I call or what's described as key levels. Okay, key levels, aka pricing zones. All right. So this is the pre-market high right here. Let me get my drawing tool. This is the pre-market high, and this is the pre-market low. Okay, so this is the key levels that I'm looking at right now. The second secondary, or it could be the primary, but right now this is going to be used as a secondary, is the previous day high here and the previous day low here. Okay, so what I'm looking for coming into today is the reaction off of these key levels. Simple. Okay, I'll be looking for the reaction off of these key levels. And since we're closer to the pre-market high here, you can see where the stock price is currently. We're closer to the pre-market high. What I'll be looking for coming into today at the open is the reaction off of this key level. Since we're so close to it, it looks like we might even break above it during the pre-market uh, in the pre-market session. Okay, but at the open, here's what I'll be looking for: buyers to step in aggressively and push the stock higher. And then what I'll be looking for, this is what we considered a breakout. Then I'll be looking for a retest back to this key level. Okay, we need to come near, at, or slightly below. Again, this is a key level, aka pricing zone. So it could be $1 above or $1 below. It doesn't have to be exact. What I'll be looking for once we have this retest to this key level is for buyers to step in and push the price up, right? I need to see that buyers are going to hold this key level, right? Step in aggressively and push the price up again. If they do, we enter the trade here at this point. When should we look to take profits? At this high. Okay, this will be considered the high of day. So we break out above this key level. We wait for the retest back to this zone, okay, this key level. We wait for buyers to step in aggressively to see if they're going to hold this key level and push the price back up. If that happens, we enter our position towards high of day. Okay, this is where you can look to exit the position completely or hold it if the stock continues to trend upward towards the next key level. Okay, so very, very simple. All right, the next thing that could happen is at the open is we could, again, check the reaction off this level. We might consolidate a little bit and we might reject off of this level. Sellers might step in aggressively and begin to push the stock lower. Where would the stock go? Okay, it's going to go to one of two key levels, right? The previous day high or the pre-market low. So this is what we'll be looking for, is for sellers to push the stock low to one of these key levels. Okay, if that happens, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking to see if buyers are going to step in and hold this zone. Okay, notice we had a test here at this zone, at this level, again here, and again here. So if buyers hold this zone and step in aggressively, then we can look to enter our position, right? To where? To this key level here. This would be high of day. So we will look to enter the position here towards high of day. Again, you can exit your position completely at near, at, or slightly above this key level here. All right. So that's what we'll be looking for coming into today. Now, what if sellers want to continue to push the stock below? All right. Remain heavy right at the open. Well, then you'll see something like this. And what will we be looking for? Same pattern for the breakout and retest is just in reverse. Okay. We can make money either direction with this pattern. All right. So what will we be looking for? We'll be looking for a pullback to this key level. All right. If sellers hold this level, okay, we need to see sellers hold this level and not let it break too far above this pricing zone or key level. Okay. We need to see weak price action, which means we need to see sellers step in aggressively to push the stock low again, right? And where would we take this stock? To the low of day, to low of day. Okay. And what that would look like is once sellers step in, we take the stock towards this key level and we take the stock lower to this low of day. Low. Hello? Do you guys mind doing a mute check? Hi, do you guys not mind doing a mute check? All right, cool. So now what we have is, let me just redo this again. Again, sellers could push the stock lower. And if we break below those two key levels, what are we looking for? We're looking for a retest or pullback back to this key zone again. Now we need sellers to hold this zone. Okay, we need sellers to hold this zone. If they do, and they sellers step in aggressively, we'll see that and we'll enter our position here. Where are we taking this position to? Okay, we're looking to exit at the low of day. All right, so we'll take the stock. Once it reaches low of day, we exit. You can exit the trade completely, or if you have multiple contracts, you can stay within the trade towards the next key level. All right, right here, the next key level would be the previous day low. So if you have two contracts, then you would exit position number one here, and then position number two here. I know this looks like a messed up one. Number one, and then number two. Okay. So if the stock continues, sellers continue to step in, push the stock low. This is when we would exit the position. So this is what I'd be looking for coming into today. All right. Now I don't expect um, Tesla to drop this low coming into the market today. We could retest this zone here. This is the next key level. This is another key level that we could draw out. So we have one, two, three, four pricing zones that we could be looking for. You can see this level aligns with the previous day low. Okay. So we don't have to draw that one, but we have these key levels here. So if sellers step in aggressively and push the stock low, what we will be waiting for is a retest back to this level. Again, sellers step in aggressively. We enter the position here and we ride it to low of day. Will be our first exit. The next exit will be here at this pricing zone. Okay. And then if sellers continue to push the price lower, the next zone would be the third zone, which is this level here. Okay. And the fourth zone, we rinse and repeat the previous day low. Okay. Now, if you guys, just as a reminder, if you want this video recap, if you want this replay, leave me a comment in the comment section and I will share the video with you. If you've missed a part of this session, I will share the video with you. Okay, just leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know that you want this replay, or you can DM me. Either one is fine. I will leave you a link or share the video with you. All right. Just as a recap, we will be going live on Friday with my mentor. Okay. My mentor is 24 years of age. This man is a multimillionaire. Yesterday, he made $10,000. The day before yesterday, July 15th, 8,000. The day before that, July 14th, 6,200. 20,000 on July 11th. He had one red day on July 9th. 22,000 July 8th. 2,200 July 3rd. 8,700 July 2nd. $5,900 July 1st. Okay. Last month or last week, excuse me, he made over $50,000. Between May and June, he made over $350,000. So if you guys are interested, feel free to join my live on Friday, okay, at 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. If you can't make it, if you can't make the live session, send me a DM or yeah, just send me a DM, send me a direct message and let me know you want that replay so you can see the breakout and retest strategy live in action, okay? Demonstrated by my mentor. And I will share that video with you, no problem. I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm here to share everything that I've been learning. As you can see, I paid $3,500 to join his community. Okay. Look at my results. Look at my results. I'm already $7,000 up. Okay. Look at my equity line. Look at my equity curve. Okay. I made mistakes. I started, you can see, note the numbers. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Look at my equity line. So you can see that I'm taking you guys behind the veil of day trading. I've made mistakes as I've been learning. I was negative 3,300 as I was learning the breakout and retest strategy. I made several mistakes, but I began to correct those mistakes, learning from my mentor. And as I began to learn, look at this. Look at these results. Look at these results. Okay, so now I'm currently at $7,000. Okay, a little over $7,000. All right. So you can see that if I adjust this just slightly for you guys, look at my average win rate. My average win rate is $475. My average loss rate is $456. Okay. And you can see if I pull this over, this was the amount. Okay, this is the average amount that I'm winning per trade. Okay, and the average amount that I'm losing per trade. Now you might be asking, well, how are you up $7,000? And that's what's key. This is what I'm trying to show you guys, is that your win rate has to be greater than your loss rate. And you can see here that the strategy itself, the breakout and retest strategy itself, has a 60% win rate. Okay, you can see I'm near that percentage. I have 66 wins, 53 losses. Okay, now the way you get to $7,000, how did this happen? Well, because of the trailing contracts. When I enter a position, let me adjust this for those of you on TikTok. When I enter a position, I have a goal in mind, okay? $300 per day. For those of you who don't know, $300 per day will make you a six-figure salary by the end of the year. $300 per day, all right? If you average $300 per day, you will have a six-figure salary. Look at my results. I showed you I'm averaging $475 per trade. Look at my calendar. Look at my calendar. Okay, so you might say, well, wow, that's interesting because some of your trades are greater than $300, right? Because when you enter that position, I lock in profits at 300. So I purchase a number of contracts to help me lock in that price, that profit target at 300, and then I leave trailing contracts. So let's say I have 10 contracts. I'll lock in, let's say it takes 7 contracts to lock in 300. So as soon as I reach that $400, I'm locking in 300 of it, okay, for the profit. Then I leave the remaining 3 contracts to take advantage of the continuation. Those remaining contracts, those trailing contracts will begin to grow exponentially, people. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. When you get to see this live for yourself, it's an amazing feeling because you're like, man, that's how I made these larger gains. Okay, like the 2200 here, uh 500 here, because those trailing contracts, they begin to grow. I mean, they begin to grow exponentially, because look how aggressive the stock is pushing up. When it has this type of momentum, oh man, oh man, why does it grow? Because the demand is growing, because other buyers want to get in and buy that contract. So the price or the value of that particular contract is growing exponentially. That's how it works. Supply and demand. This is simple economics, people. Simple economics and simple math. Doesn't take rocket science to learn this. All right. So I leave those trailing contracts and then I begin to make a little bit more money. That's it. All right. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up this live. Let me do a quick recap for those of you who didn't catch the beginning. If you want this replay, this is the pre-market prep replay where I talk about, I discuss Tesla in the pre-market session because this is my primary option. I talk about where Tesla is currently in the pre-market. I talk about where it closed yesterday. I look at any news that could potentially impact Tesla today. And I look at red and orange folder news, that's scheduled news that drops into today, that could negatively or positively impact the market today as well. Then I talk about my trading recap. I go over that to show you guys what I did yesterday. Then lastly, I talk about the strategy, okay, what I'm looking for coming into today. And that's what I did already. So I also, in this particular video, I did demonstrate how to find stocks to trade. All right. I also talked about in this video how you can, if you don't have time because you're too busy, if you don't have time, you're working a job, or you got multiple jobs, or you got a job and kids you got to come home to, you got to cook, you got all these different things, you have so many responsibilities, you don't have time to sit in front of the computer for 30 minutes or an hour to day trade. You don't have that time. So I demonstrated how you can take longer term trades, and what to look for to enter those positions, and what to look for to exit those positions. And when you exit, I talked about what to look for to re-enter those positions. Okay. So if you want this video replay, comment in the comment section, hey, I want the live pre-market prep replay. And then again, on Fridays, people, I'm going live with my mentor so you can see the breakout and retest strategy live and in action, to see my mentor demonstrate the simplicity of it. It's at 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And for those of you who can't make it, if you can't make it, no worries. Just DM me today or anytime between now and Friday, before Friday arrives. DM me and just let me know that you want the replay of that video, and I will share that video with you guys. Okay. So if you can't make it to the live session, that's okay. Just DM me and let me know that you want the replay for that live session on Friday, and I will share that with you when the live session ends. Okay. No worries. All right, people, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to drop the mic right here. I'm going to get ready for the open. The market opens at 8:30. Let me take a look at the news that just dropped. We were expecting 7:30 at 7:30 red folder news to drop. Let me see. Okay, that came in good. That's why it looks like Tesla is trending up. Yeah. So we did have that news drop at 7:30. As you can see here, the stock is moving up. If we take a look at the indices, QQQ, same thing. So this is what we use. We use the indices SPY and Q to gauge the direction based on when news drop, especially the scheduled red and orange folder news, when it drops, that's what we want to look for. We want to look for an indication of what direction the market is going to trend towards. Is it going to trend up or is it going to trend down? And this is how we gauge that using the indices such as QQQ and SPY, because Tesla is one of the stocks inside of SPY. So if SPY is going down or QQQ is going down, then you will see that the other stocks within those indices will also be trending downward. If they're trending up, then you'll see those other stocks trending upward as well. Now, there might be a delay, a slight delay. So let's say SPY might be trending upward first. Then you'll see the other stocks start to trail upward as well. Tesla is the only one that will deviate from all the others. All right. So even if the indices are going down, Tesla might still be going up. So that's the one that we look out for. But that, with that said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna drop the mic right here. Shaman Ace, I'm out. And I'll be back again tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern, or excuse me, Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. All right. Cool. I'm out.